What's going on? I believe that we would call this the would this be the Augusta of the swing season? The Shriners, and then Slapdick DraftKings didn't even bump up the prize pool for it. What are we doing, DraftKings? I'll bitch more about them in a little bit, but the Shriners is probably the best, at least in my opinion, the best of all of the swing tour events that get played. And have I won very big here before? And I may be a little biased. Yes, I have. What's up, new guy? My name's James, better known as the Degenerate 75. I'm going to try to keep my energy down tonight so that I can give you about 20 to 25 minutes of everything you need to know to get you ready for the Shriners Open. If you don't know why I need to keep my energy low, just fucking figure it out as the show goes on, all right? Do me a big favor. Make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button because it helps the show a lot. And or you can see we got the little graphic up trying to get to 10,000 subs here at Ship It Nation. I do all my content on Ship It Nation now. So for all of you that have still dragging over from DGen75, I appreciate you doing that. Get over there, all right? I think we need a lead. Let's not bury the lead here. Don't forget, this is basically my home course. I play this course every Sunday for fun. No, I've played this course once, all right? And TBC Summerlin is where it's at, which is like West Las Vegas. You can see just me and a bunch of legends playing golf one day. And here's the fact. I don't know that they keep the holes the same as they do in the tournaments, but I did par the first 4 holes. And then I made a quad on number 5, which was a little par 3, got in the rocks, couldn't get out. Stubborn motherfather I am. And then on number 6, which is supposed to be the hardest driving hole, I pipe it right down the middle of the fairway, 270. Just perfect drive. Best drive of the day. And I still find a quad from the middle of the fairway on number 6. So after starting par, 4 pars in a row, I went quad. So can this course get you? Yeah. Can it get you if you suck balls? For sure, but it was still awesome. So I know a little bit about this course, and I think we got quite a bit to talk about when it comes to knowing everything, because I think we finally are going to have some weather that we need to really account for this week. So let's shut the fuck up and let's get going. New guy, quick question. Have you made your lineups? I know you have. I'm kidding. There's no new guys. That'd be great if there were new guys. Let's start at contest selection. Fucking just shocking that the DraftKings, the $20 drive the green is already full. They already have a secondary up, which is already a third of the way full. They could have just made the big one, bumped it up to $125,000, done 20% up top, but they're just on autopilot. Fucking autopilot. They got the interns running it in the fall. What are you going to do, right? Even the big $25, which has the shitty structure, it's going to be full probably in the next couple hours. So if you want to get in on that one, you can. You know how I feel about it. I don't love the structures on these bad boys, but you're kind of running out of options because almost everything's filling up. Look, they already have a secondary pitch and putt out, a $20. Hell, this one's a lot better to play. And if you want to play in the big one, go play in this one, this 5K to first right here. This is a much better one. They're already having to put secondaries up because the interns just realized they didn't make the fucking contest big enough. The 254 max is going to fill up probably by the end of this show. The $200 single entry only has 4 spots left, so these might be some really good ones to get into because as you're going to see with the weather, there's not a ton of options if you're trying to play this weather edge because almost everybody is on one side of the times, and so it's going to really limit who you can play in your quote unquote weather edge. So it could be a better time to actually play in these more expensive, fewer entrance contests this week as opposed to normal, right? That'd be my advice to you. Like I'm going to get up in that 555 probably. Not the best payout structure, but it's probably the best tournament out there as far as trying to hit something big this week. Plus, I know how all those donkey dicks will play in there, so I'll just go play a little game theory edge with them and see if shit works, right? So there you go. That's contest selection. They're gonna have secondaries up. Hell, they'll probably even get some third ones up because we're still over 14 hours from lock. You got to remember this is out on the West Coast, the Devil's time zone, and it's gonna continue to fill. Hell, there'll even be some filling in the morning. Those unpaid interns, I hope they get fired. All right, new guys, second question. Already up to 100 people, 51 likes. Not a great ratio, Bob. I'd like to see that more like 80 likes with 100 people in here. By the way, 100 people this quick into a swing season stream. Don't tell me people don't love PGA. Plus, we'll get like 1,000 people that'll watch after, too. Appreciate every single one of you, you sweaty motherfather tryhards. All right, new guy, next question. What's the first thing we always check? I'll give you a clue. That's right. We've already talked about it. It's weather. And it's spicy, guys. It's spicy. First of all, I've seen people posting about this all week, of course using Windfinder because they're fucking pores. We will be looking at Windy because I pay the $19 a year, $18.99. I'm a very, very wealthy man to give you guys these. And you can see the latest projections. Let me hit refresh real quick. Oh, no. Now I lost my little thing. Now I got to go back over here and hit Summerlin. This thing's flaky. Yeah, so it's been pretty consistent. No matter what you look at, it is going to get spicy starting tomorrow afternoon. That's Thursday afternoon. And, of course, if it's going to be spicy Thursday afternoon, then we need to know about Friday morning. And when you go look at Friday morning, let's just go compare all of them, right? Scroll over here to Friday. All the projections agree it's going to be pretty spicy all day Friday, and some even have Friday morning being worse. So then where is the one bit of respite that we're going to get? Thursday morning actually looks okay. You get your guys out there, 60, 70-degree weather. It doesn't look until the weather's going to start blowing until about noon. And trust me, it gets windy out there in Vegas, and it don't let up when it gets going. So right off the bat, it would appear as though you definitely want your guys out there Thursday a.m., okay? Now, if they're out there Thursday a.m., they're also going to be out there Friday p.m., and there's just no avoiding it. Everybody's going to get it Friday, right? But maybe, if you look at GFS or some of these other ones, maybe Friday afternoon won't be as bad as Friday morning, so you might actually get the better conditions both days. But I do feel very confident in saying that you are going to get the better of it Thursday morning. So I don't think it takes a real genius to figure out that you are probably going to want to lean on AM, PM guys. That's guys that go out Thursday morning, and then we'll play again Friday afternoon. There's no way they're going to avoid the bad weather both rounds out, right? This isn't going to be where you get probably the better of it both days. But you could get the way better of it one day and then get the same the other. And it could be a great way to get off of some chalk. It could be some great way to make your lineups different. And that's what it's going to be. The AM, PM, I think is probably going to be there. It'll certainly be there Thursday. If you get that edge Thursday and then you break even Friday, you're probably looking at a stroke and a half difference, which can be massive. So I would really be looking into playing that. But here's the problem we're going to run into. I'm actually going to show you the actual stone. And you can see the problem is almost all of the expensive guys, Tom Kim, Davis Thompson, Steven Yeager, Hoagie, Kipmeyer, Kitayama, Hostler, all of them are PM AM. So if you're looking to fade the high-owned guys right off the bat, or some popular plays right off the bat, that's an easy way to do it right there, okay, just by playing the weather. Really, the only guys that have early tee times that are even over $9,000 are only Eric Cole, Seamus Power, and Taylor Pendrith. So you got to assume those guys are all going to get very popular simply if people are playing the weather edge. But I will warn you, not as many people play these weather edges as you think they will, right? You're probably thinking, oh, everybody's going to do that. The most I've ever seen is about a 10% wave edge, meaning that like 10% of people will play all one way or the other. Usually it's somewhere between 4 to 6%. So not as many people are jerking off to this weather as you think they are. Oh, look at that. Look at it. Super chat. Play Rory. Never, David. How dare you come in here talking about play Rory. Play Rory if you like to lose money. So there you go. That's the breakdown of the weather. I think you're going to want to lean AM, PM. It's definitely there. But maybe the answer is, you do it in a way where you kind of come get some of these middle range guys. I have a feeling that a guy like Jonathan Vegas or Harris English are not going to feel the effects of that near as much as somebody like a Pendrith or an Eric Cole or Seamus Power, because let's face rule number one, people like to spend their salary. And if you're going AM, PM, it's going to be very, very difficult to spend your salary. You better get used to leaving a lot of money on the table, especially if you're trying to make a 150 set. I think you're going to have to leave, probably $1,000 or $2,000 on the table. Let me hydrate up. So there you go. That's the weather. That's the stone. Which, by the way, let me just go ahead and tell you about the stone. If you don't know, in 2025, Shipping Nation's taken over. I mean, we took over PGA this last year with the merger going so great. We're just revamping this thing. We are constantly running new stuff through it and testing it out here in the fall to have it ready to go. We're the sweatiest tryhards when it comes to Showdown. Now we're even tweaking things to add to our week-long projections and everything. I'm so excited about it. Just be looking out in January because we are going to have the best product at the best price, and I'm telling you, we are taking over. And just look at this fucking beauty. You need this thing in your life whenever golf is king again come January. Okay? All right. And if you don't know about the wave edge, we tracked it all 23-24 season. It's just a massive edge. It's the biggest edge you can get out there. I know we love to listen to podcasts and blah, 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 said play blah, blah, blah. And that's great. Sometimes they pull a name out of their ass and it does well. But nothing is more sure than just playing guys who are out there on the easier fucking course conditions. It's the easiest way to play the game. So if you want to see the data, it's all right there over my head. We've been tracking it. I don't pull stuff out of my ass that much, especially when it comes to weather, all right? Let's get over to ownership. There you go. Ownership, and you got to remember these. Some of these guys might steam up, especially as the weather talk gets hyped up tonight. I'm sure quite a few people will watch this. I'm sure some people will put out some stuff on Twitter that will sway some people. So a guy like Taylor Pendrith, Seamus Power, Eric Cole, we're already accounting for them getting a nice bump just simply because of the weather. But it wouldn't surprise me if they got even more, as they are the only guys over 9,000, right? So you're going to just have to be strategic. Maybe the answer is you don't play those three, or maybe you just play one of those three, because if you could, fade those guys who you assume are going to be very popular in the quote-unquote good wave, you could really, really get some leverage on your lineup. So be thinking about that, right? First up, Taylor Pendrith, and coming in at 30%. Tom Kim coming in at damn near 30%. Tom Kim's just a better player than everybody else in this field, right? But these two guys, Pendrith is largely because of the weather, right? But Tom Kim's just because he's a better player. I'd say Taylor Pendrith's actually overpriced in this field, but maybe that 10,200 will keep him from getting too out of control with the weather. So with that, I think that we're going to safely call both of these guys. I think we got to do it. We got to do it.
The man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk.
Except when there's weather. That's right, guy in the back. We got to consider it when there's weather. Very good. All right, these next two, I'm warning you right now. If Seamus Power and Eric Cole, you can get them in the low 20s. I think I would call them chalk. A little high, but you are getting them at such a nice weather discount that it might be worth it. But I can just feel it in me loins, boy. I feel it in me loins that these guys are going to really, I think they're going to get up to like 28, 29%. I think they're going to be right there. It wouldn't even surprise me if they end up passing Tom Kim. So I'm just going to preemptively go ahead and warn you about this, then let you know you're probably not out-geniusing anybody. These guys right here.
The man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk.
I know, but look, I know I want them to not be donkey chalk too, okay? I want that as well. But here's the facts. People like to spend their money, and there's enough smart people out there that are going to get those guys in their lineups because they're on the quote-unquote good wave. And they're very affordably priced. They're not overpriced, and they're in the good wave, and they're the only option. They're literally the only option. Those are the only three options over $9,000. So we just know that those guys are going to come in higher than we want them to be. I wish DFS, maybe before my show it was this dumb, but it ain't that dumb anymore, right? You start getting down here into the 8,000s. Once again, I'm cooking in a lot of this ownership, assuming that people are going to have a bias towards this AM PM. So guys like Harry Hall, Ben Griffin are getting a pretty nice bump on what you're seeing here. And if this is the case, I think that both of these guys are starting to get pretty high. Once again, I think they could be like Power and Cole, but I'll be nice with these guys just because they're right on the edge of being there. So we'll just give them. I don't love it. They're getting pretty high. I mean, when you're in the 8,000s, what am I talking about? These guys.
The man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk.
Here's the fact that we're going to play some donkey chalk this week. If you're playing a weather edge, you're playing the donkey chalk. You just got to hope that not a lot of people are paying attention to this weather, or enough people try to be cute about it and go the other way. That's really all you can hope for. I think Davis Thompson is not even chalk. He's in that quote-unquote bad wave, so he would just be what is JT posting? I don't have his tee time memorized. Is he posting? Where's the postman? Yeah, he's got. Yeah, I actually think posting's pretty okay. So getting back over here to ownership, I think that Poston's probably a little high. We'll give him I don't love it. And then I think old JJ and Dumpy Bo, they're probably both just okay. Well, no, Dumpy Bo's fine. I don't know. I mean, if you want to play Dumpy Bo, go the fuck ahead. But whatever, he's okay. And I think JJ Spawn a little high. But once again, these are me baking in the weather, and I could be over-assuming the intelligence of the field. So some of these numbers could be a little lower. I feel pretty confident that Cole, Power, and Pendrith are going to be very popular. Maybe that second range of Harry Hall, Ben Griffin, Post, and those guys in that $7,900 through $8,400 range, maybe they won't come in as high. But I think that you're going to see some inflated ownership just based on the weather, because that weather looks pretty stiff. I mean, once again, when you start seeing purple out there, that's not good, bub. That's not good. And we're seeing a lot of purple, all right? All right, we've covered contest. We've covered weather. We've covered the stone. We have covered ownership. Let's get over to the model, man. The model's life. If you don't know, let me get a quick drink of water. I got to hydrate. TPC Summerlin is a course we know pretty well, so we kind of know what to look for on this course. They play it every year. Good course. I still love my dude. Party Marty rolling in a 40-footer in overtime or in extra holes back in. What was that, 19 to get me second place in the main. I love you, Party Marty. So we looked at bent greens. We looked at easy scoring, which I don't know that the course is going to be easy. This model was made prior to this weather forecast. Last 30, generally speaking, it is an easy course, but these winds are going to keep it spicy. And if you look, I didn't even look over the weekend. Yeah, and then it looks like Saturday and Sunday are going to be beautiful. So they'll probably go get it on Saturday and Sunday. Looked at good drives. You got to be on the fairway on this course. Sometimes you'll be in the fairway, you'll still find a quad, but that's usually only if you're an amateur from Oklahoma. Off the tee, approach last 12. those key proximity ranges of 100 to 125. You're either hitting a wedge or you're bombing at 200 plus, and you got to be able to scramble your balls off a little around the greens here, okay? So when you get down here, who looks good in the model? Eric fucking Cole, number 1 in the model. No surprise, when the sun's out, the man, Eric Solar, is going to do well. Who else looks good in the model? The model was pretty on last week. A lot of the people I mentioned in the model last week did well. I also kept saying Kevin Streelman last week as an example of somebody you could put out there. Guy killed it just simply off of his tee time. You're welcome. Maverick McNeely's number 2 in the model. Always concerning to see that. JT Postman looking good in the model. Chan Kim, number 4 in the model. All right. Who else looks good in the model? Doug Gim, Patton Kazire, Justin, go lower. Bing Cole's 5, number 3 in the model. I think I was listening to Mayo. Somebody, I think he's like 37. Blow my mind. I thought Bing Cole's was like 29. I just assume all Korn Ferry Tour guys are like 27 to 29. Michael Kim looks okay in the model. Anyways, so you can see the model here. Who looks good, who doesn't. You know, I don't know how much you really want to be weighing the model because some of these guys have been off for so long. I don't really know that there's that much there. But sometimes, you know, especially when you're looking at more like overviewing stats like we do in our model a lot, you can kind of pull some good things. The model was pretty good last week, so we won't shit on it too much. So I think it comes down to this, man. I think it just comes down to trying to find a good sleeper or two, right? If you can find that good sleeper or two, that's really nice because you don't need to dive down into the 6,000s this week, especially if you're doing AM PM. But I encourage you to leave a little bit of money on the table and just realize that these guys down here in the 6,000s, you know, Adam Schenk and Justin Suh are the exact same fucking golfer as like fucking Matty Schmidt. Like they're the same golfer, and it's like $1,000 difference. So like leave that $1,000 on the table, and you could get way different, right? So I don't think you need to load up on 2 or 3 6K guys, but I think one of these guys down here, you know, Ryan Moore is a dude that historically does well at this course. It's his home course. I've seen his bag there. Guys like that, right? So let's go. Let's go ahead and give you a sleeper. You know what? Let me go to the Stone for a sleeper. I don't want to give you a shitty sleeper. A good sleeper. I don't even have one ready. You know what? I'm gonna mix it up this week. My one guy that I'm playing is going to be a sleeper. I don't normally do that. I normally go with a top end guy, right? But my one guy I'm playing this week is going to be a sleeper. So I guess the one guy I'm not playing this week, it's simple. I think I'll just fade Tom Kim. I think Tom Kim's a great player. If he makes the cut, he'll probably kill it over the weekend. But if I can fade 30% and hope that he gets blown off the course Thursday and Friday, that's good enough for me. So I guess what I'm saying to Tom Kim is, what do you think, Paulie?
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't think we're going to play Tom Kim, just simply because I think he's the one guy from the PM/AM, which could get blown off the course, that I could fade a lot of ownership, right? So I think Tom Kim I'm out on this week, which brings me to the more important question. Who is the one guy I'm playing? # who is your sleeper? I can't tell you about going down into the 6,000s and then not go down there. Plus, this guy's 6,900. Nice. You know, a big Carly Rae Jepsen fan. Jepsen? I don't even know her name. Call Me Maybe Girl. And, you know, it's a good song. I believe it is that Call Me Maybe? That's in Pitch Perfect, right? I think so. And so, if I'm going to have somebody call me maybe, well, it better be Bud, because this guy can play at this course. Old Bud, call me maybe. Let's go. Look, he looks kind of creepy. I was going to say sexy, but I think that's more creepy than anything. Call me maybe. Bud, call me maybe. Bud, call me Ray Jepsen. There you go. That's what we cooked up for you. You're getting a sleeper and the one guy I'm playing. Hey guys, before you go, do me a favor. Check this out, man. We're just killing it over at ShipIt right now. I'm telling you, something special is coming in 2025 for golf, but we just had like our biggest football month too. October's been a great sign-up month. I think people are realizing you are getting all the tools and expertise you need at ShipIt without having to pay a premium. You're putting more money into your lineups, and that's what people want to do. You can see that ShipIt flag everywhere flying around. As I already told you, we're revamping for PGA, just improving our process, getting the week-long, the showdown, being the sweatiest tryhards out there. We're going to continue to take over the PGA DFS landscape in 2025. 2024, the merger went so well. 2025, we take over. We're going to have a new special price out for all of you guys. We will have the Shiptimizer. We'll have everything. So when January rolls around, you see Tournament of Champions, and you turn into Pavlov's dog like me, and the little bell starts ringing, just be ready to go, because I promise you we'll be ready to go with the best ownership, projections, tools, the stone, everything you need. Start getting ready for it. I'm just going to beat you over the head with it until you get it ready, okay? Yes, I have the best tool in all of PGA DFS, and we have this for all of our sports. NHL's back, NBA's back. We have the stone for all of them. It is the coolest tool out there. We literally just had my dude Rio ship $100,000 in NHL last night. Using the stone and all of our tools and projections that we have, I encourage you to get over and check it out. If you're playing DFS and you want to be competitive without spending, $300 a month, we're the place to do it. You're not going to find anywhere better. That I promise you, guys. I got 135 of you to swing by. I appreciate it. I appreciate you hitting that like. And guys, let's remember this is a great tournament. We get to watch golf. We get football this weekend. It's awesome. Don't forget to enjoy the process. Don't forget to enjoy the building your teams. Don't forget to enjoy the content. Don't forget to enjoy the sweating, the tilting, and enjoy your results. And just remember how lucky we are to have this in our lives. Thank all of you for being here. Sorry for the short show, but I got to keep my energy nice and steady. I'm on day 5 out from chemo, so I got to keep it steady. But we got it in. We know everything we need to know. We're ready to go kick some butt at the Shriners. Good luck to you guys. We'll see you later. Enjoy this outro, you mother fathers.
I'm so high. I'm so high.